Yes, the seas and temperature. So what happens over here that the water warms up more slowly than air but can hold more heat. Water needs 4 times as much energy to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius as the same mass of air does. So the ocean plays an important part in taking up energy from the sun and stopping the earth getting too hot. Achha, besides this, in your book, what is written? It talks about the temperature of the sea and the land. Okay, and here I have mentioned air on the screen. Why is that so? Because the temperature of the air, the temperature of the land, and the temperature of the sea, we will be discussing all three together because that affects our climate overall. Like in Pakistan, if I talk about, especially Karachi, where we have the sea, so the temperature is hot and humid. Okay, the cities where there is no sea, like Lahore, it does not particularly have a sea, but canal system. So it doesn't really affect their climate, but it's really hot over there, and the climate is hot and dry. Whereas our climate is the climate of Karachi is hot and humid. What is humid? Having the moisture in the air. Okay. So basically, what happens? You can do it by do you can understand it by doing a short experiment, like taking a cup of water and a bowl, a huge bowl of water, and put both outside in the sun when the sun is really hot. Okay, sun is always hot, but the heat is the sunlight which is coming in your home is quite enough to change the temperature of that water. You will understand that the lesser the amount of water, it is easier to getting it hot, whereas the huge amount of water will take more time. So same is the case here. Ocean has most of the water of the earth. Okay, so what is happening there? The constant sunlight, the heat which is coming from the sun, it is warming up the temperature. It is warming up that water, but that takes a lot of time because as compared to land and water, so there is a difference between dry and wet. So wet things do take time to warm up, whereas dry things take lesser time. You can also understand it by doing putting a wet cloth in the sunlight and the dry cloth in the sunlight. You will notice that the dry cloth will eventually get warmer more easily as compared to the wet cloth, because obviously the sun has to first dry up that cloth and then it will get warm. So land on the other hand experience huge changes in temperature. Land temperature can reach up to 40 degrees Celsius or more during the day and be very cold at night. अच्छा, if you have visited a place like a mosque, ठीक है, जैसे आप लोग कभी मस्जिद जाते होंगे, स्पेशली बॉयज आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, वहाँ पे देयर इज अ फ्लोर ऑफ marble. All right, marble is itself a very cold kind of a stone, but in the heat it gets really hot, that is it is even difficult to keep your feet on it. All right, so what happens over there, that when you put your feet over there, it is really hot, but during the night it's really cold, and those who have who have marbles or tiles in their homes, they can easily experience it कि रात के टाइम पे द टेम्परेचर कम्प्लीटली चेंजेस, इतना ठंडा फर्श होता है आपके घर का, ठीक है, एज कम्पेयर टू डे टाइम. लेकिन आपके घर में यूजुअली डे टाइम में भी ठंडा होगा बिकॉज देयर इज इन डायरेक्ट सनलाइट कमिंग ऑन इट. एंड दोज हु हैव मे बी द टेरेसेस, ठीक है, वहाँ पे टेरेस पे जहाँ पे धूप आती है, ठीक है, सनलाइट आती है, मे बी द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द फ्लोर is different from the temperature of the room floor. Okay, so the tiny Maldives Islands, they have given the examples of Maldive Islands in the Indian Ocean, are located on the equator. They are completely surrounded by sea and have over the year an average temperature range of 24 to 5 and 29 to 5 degrees Celsius. Manus in central Brazil is also on the equator. And then they have talked about Mount Kenya. Okay? It is directly on the equator. So high and has snow on its summit all year. Okay, so it's different. The temperature is totally different. Whereas on Azores, Azores is another island. TK has a temperature range of 10 to 27 degrees Celsius. Beijing on the same latitude and the same height above sea level has a range from minus 20 degrees Celsius to 30. All right, so why the temperature is different in all these areas? Because if the island, obviously the island is surrounded by water, whereas the other countries and cities who are not much surrounded by water, they are relatively hot when it comes to their climate. Okay, let's take an example of Saudi Arabia as well. So it is a deserted land and has less water in its surrounding. So that is why it's a uh, hot land. It has a very hot climate over there. Okay, so land near the sea tends to be much warmer in cooler climates. Okay, so basically it says that the land which is near the sea has cooler temperature, cooler climate when in warm. Okay, then land in the interior at the same level. In hot climates, land near the sea tends to be cooler than land in the interior at the same time. So this is the difference the oceans and the water makes ऑन द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द लैंड. जैसे हम रात के टाइम पे अगर सी साइड पे जाएं या दिन में भी जाएं तो वहाँ पे बड़ी ठंडक होती है, अच्छी सी एक ब्रीजी एयर होती है. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इट्स नियर द सी शोर. ठीक है, बिसाइड्स दिस the open area, the more open the area is, the more air is passing in that area, so that it makes it more cooler over there. Okay, now moving on to continental shelves. What are continental shelves? I'm just quickly reading it out for you. All land masses have a relatively shallow shelf around them about 100 meters deep. After that, the seabed drops away sharply in a kind of underwater cliff to the ocean floor, sometimes several thousands of meters below. These continental shelves are important to many countries as the water here is shallower, it is usually warmer, and is a rich source of fishing. Now, what is continental shelf? I'll show you. All right, this is the ocean on your right. Okay, students. And here, this is a coastal plain. Coastal plain is basically the land which is near the sea. जो ये पूरा लैंड एरिया होता है इसको हम कोस्टल प्लेन कहते हैं. नाउ द वाटर विच इज कमिंग ऑन दिस साइड इज अ शोर लाइन. ठीक है, सी शोर जिसको हम कहते हैं. ठीक है, सो दैट इज अ शोर लाइन. नाउ दिस एरिया, this area where the level of water and land is not really where the drastic change is not there, that is the continental shelf. And then it's going deeper, फिर ओशन और डीप होता जाता है. हम कहते हैं ना आगे पानी नहीं जाना, आगे पानी गहरा होगा जब आप पिकनिक्स पे जाते हैं. ओके, सो आपके पेरेंट्स कहते हैं कि बस करीब करीब ही रहो, सी शोर के पास रहो, ज़्यादा जहाँ पे लहरें आ रही हैं बहुत आगे नहीं जाओ, बिकॉज आगे पानी बहुत ज़्यादा डीप है, इफ यू डोंट नो हाउ टू do swimming. Okay, so this is the continental shelf. And then the slopy area, this slopy area where the water is getting deeper is the continental slope. Okay, now submarine canyons, okay, sea mounts where there are other mountains under the sea, which we discussed in the seabed as well. Here the continent is rising, and here the whole deep land is called the abyssal plain. Okay? So that is all a continental margin. Only you need to understand what is coastal plain, continental shelf. The reason why I'm showing you this picture is to understand the structure of the ocean. Okay? Now to see this diagram as well. On the left, this is the coast. Here, the water is not too deep. That is the continental shelf. And where the water is getting deeper and the slopy land is the continental slope, then continental rise and the whole of the ocean. Okay, class? So up till here, if you have any questions, you can ask me now in the chat box. Okay? Because tides are very long waves that move across the ocean, so water which is coming from the oceans, it's coming in a moving form. All right, and tides are caused by gravitational pull of the moon and the sun. As we know that the moon and sun, they are both putting pulling the earth towards them, but earth is obviously too heavy, so they cannot actually move the earth you know um, very strongly. However, the water which is there on the earth is loose. ठीक है, वो loose किस टर्म में कहा जा रहा है? Because it's light in weight maybe. ठीक है, so it's easier for the moon and the sun to pull that water, but obviously वो बिल्कुल पुल होकर उनके पास नहीं जा रहा. It's affecting because you know whenever the earth is facing one side, ठीक है, the moon is on the other side, then it's pulling the water from that side, whereas the sun is doing the same. Tides originate in the ocean and progress toward the coastlines where they appear as a regular rise and fall of the sea surface. Whenever we go on seaside, we experience one thing that कुछ लहरें बहुत छोटी आ रही होती हैं, कुछ बड़ी आ रही होती हैं. These are basically the tides. ठीक है, these are the waves which we call. Okay, tides are waves. ठीक है, अगर मैं waves का word use कर रही हूँ, then I'm also talking about the tides. So जो लहरें आ रही होती हैं, कभी कभार हम कहते हैं ना इन सर्टन सीजन्स के बहुत ज़्यादा जो है वो लंबी लंबी लहरें हैं. ठीक है, बहुत ज़्यादा हाई टाइड्स हैं. ठीक है, why is that so? Because the earth is facing the moon or the sun at that time, so both are pulling the earth on itself, so basically it's affecting the height of the tides. Okay, so the difference in height between the high tide and the low tide is called the tidal range. So there are two types of tides, one is high, the other is low. Okay, and the difference between both of them is called the tidal range. Okay, so just moving back on to page number 49, they have given an example of a girl. Since our body is heavy, okay, when the wind is blowing, our hair they are light, our clothes are light, everything is just pushed by the air or the breeze. But as far as we are concerned, we are heavy in weight, so it's not easy for the air to move us until and unless we are facing some extreme weather. ठीक है, कोई साइक्लोन आ गया तो वो तो पूरी पूरी चीज़ें ही जो है वो अपनी जगह से हटा देता है. बट इन नॉर्मल डेज व्हेन द विंड इज ब्लोइंग, ओके, so it moves our hair, it moves our clothes. Just stand in front of a पेडिस्टल फैन. क्या होता है, आपके बाल उड़ रहे होते हैं, आपके कपड़े उड़ रहे होते हैं, बट आप एक जगह पे बैठे हुए होते हैं. ठीक है, the same is the case that both moon and sun they cannot move the earth, but it can pull and push those things which are easier for it to do it. So basically they are not pushing anything, they are just only pulling things. All right students, so, what are high tides and low tides? We will discuss in the next class. Right now, I want all of you to go through the paragraph again. If you have any questions related to tides, we can discuss it. Okay?